Welcome back to another video. I am Real Talk, your go-to destination for real, honest, and no BS dating site review. In my video, I give you all of the facts, I give you all of the details, and I tell you everything you need to know on how these dating site really works. My ultimate goal is to save your time, and more importantly, to save you from wasting a lot of money. In this video, I will go over two dating sites, and they are AsiaVibe and Romanceast. Both dating sites are very similar. That is why I am putting both of these dating sites into one review. This here is my AsiaVibe account, and then this here is my Romanceast account. And as the name implies, AsiaVibe is for Asian women. And these are Asian women from all over the world. You will find Asian women from the US and Canada. There are certainly Chinese women on here. There's quite a few of them. Filipinas or Filipinos as well. And some Vietnamese and maybe a few Japanese or Thai. But overall, it will be from the US, some from Canada, a lot from China, some from the Philippines, and a few other Asian countries mixed in. What you won't find are many Latin, and you won't find many European. Like I said, AsiaVibe is mostly Asian women. Romanceast. So Romanceast is a mixture of Asian, Latin, and also some Eastern European. That is what the name implies, East. So eastern half of the country. So on here you will find certainly Asian women from China, from Philippines, from Vietnam. You will also find a lot of Eastern European women. So you will find a lot of Ukrainians, some Slovakian. You will also find some from Kazakhstan. And then you will also find a lot of Latin girls on here as well. So a lot of your Latin countries like Brazil, Colombia, and you will certainly find some Filipinas also. So that is what Romanceast is, all of those countries that I just mentioned. Now, the first thing that you should do after you sign up for your free account is you should complete your profile. Now, you can do so right here. I will not show you this section. It is self-explanatory. Go in and fill all of the information that they are asking. And the more information that you provide, that is more information that the member will know about who you are and what you are about. And then also upload at least 5 good pictures of yourself. So I recommend uploading a good profile of your face, a full view of your body, and then also 3 to 4 additional pictures that you find interesting. So once again, after signing up for your free account, is just complete your profile. And real quick, while I am in this screen, settings are right here. So these are the various settings and notifications that you can turn on and off. One thing that you could do is get verified. So if you were to verify your identity, it kind of gives you a little bit more credibility. So if you want to, you can certainly verify yourself, and you can do that by clicking this link right here. This is where you can change your email, password, and phone number. These are the various notifications that you can turn on and off. And then if you need more information, you can find that in these sections right here. And if you wanted to delete your account, you can just hit delete my account. And one last thing is something called icebreakers on here. So icebreaker is kind of like what it sounds like. They give you several options to choose from. So if you don't know where to start, you can use one of these icebreakers that they recommend. But just realize that icebreakers on here cost you 2 credits. And I will talk about credits later on in the video. Okay, so with that out of the way, this here is your home screen, and obviously this is where you can navigate all of the features. And let me touch on the various features in a little bit more detail. So newsfeed is what it sounds like. These are just various people basically posting about themselves. You can scroll down and look at the various news feeds. And any picture that you like, you can certainly hit a like, or you can go to check out their profile. So essentially that is a news feed. And then anyone you are following, it's going to show up right here. People. People are just what the dating site recommend based on your profile. And it works similar to newsfeed. You can scroll down and view this person's profile. If you like her, you can hit a like, or you can just close her out and you can start a chat right here. If you close her out, the website, the dating site will recommend someone else. So that is how people work. Well, let's talk about search. Well, search is what it sounds like, and there are many ways that you can search. You can filter out by country, and like I said, Romanceast is mostly eastern part of the country. So once again, there's going to be Asian, Latin, Eastern Europe, and Filipinas also. You can filter out by age. You can filter out by what you are looking for. So these are the various categories. Now, they do list a lot of countries on here, but like I said, a lot of these countries, you won't find members at all, or maybe just a few. Also, in your main screen here, let's take a look at mail. So mail is what it sounds like. So any mail that you receive is going to show in your mail folder. I am not here much, but you have your inbox, anything that you have starred, obviously outbox, and anything that you have discarded, you can certainly recover. Messages, so that is what it also sounds like, is messages. So all of your active messages will show up in this screen right here. So you can certainly follow along with all of the chats that you have. And then finally, credits. So credits is where you will need to purchase. And I will talk about credits in more detail in the upcoming section. Okay, so what can you do on here for free? What can you do that doesn't cost any money? Well, not a whole lot, but I will point out a few things that you can do for free. Number one, you can browse as many profiles as you want. And any profiles that catches your interest, you can certainly go and look through her profile. So, for example, here is Don Don. You can obviously just read through all of her information down here, everything about her, and look through any posts that she may have. You can look through any public photos that she has posted. So these are public photos, and it doesn't cost you anything to view. Private photos will cost money, and like I said, I will talk about the credit system later on. And that is also the same for Romanceast. Look through all of the profiles that you want, and you can read all about her and look through all of her information. So that is one free thing that you can do. Another aspect that is free are hitting a like, a wink, and a follow. So all of these simple things are free. And then you can also read messages for free. So any messages that you receive, you can certainly read those for free. And in terms of mail, I don't have any mail, but you can read the initial mail for free. And if you were to respond, that is going to cost you money. So overall, that is all of the free features on here. So once again, you can browse and read profiles. You can hit a wink, a like, and a follow. You can read messages for free, and you can generally read your first mail, initial mail, for free. And everything else after that will require credit. Before I get into the credit system, let me point this out because it's on the top of my head. And that is whether it's AsiaVibe and Romanceast, a lot of the women that you see on both of these dating sites, a vast majority of them uses the dating site for free. So keep that in mind, guys. A lot of these users on here uses the dating site for free. Now, the good news is you can also become a free user. And if you want to learn how to become a free user yourself, you can find that information here at the bottom of the screen, becoming a top user. This walks you through the whole process on how to become a free user. And I have also discussed this in detail in a separate video. So this video right here, unlock free access on dating sites, top tips and tricks. So you can watch this video if you want to understand how to become a top user, therefore using these dating sites for free. Now let's talk about credits and why you need it. So both AsiaVibe and Romanceast is a credit-based system. Other than the free things that I already mentioned, all other features you will need to purchase credits to use. So let me show you the credit system. You can just hit credits and it will open up the screen right here. What are credits? Credits are the internal currency used for paid services on the site. You need credits to respond to mail. So remember I said mail is free. So you can read the initial mail for free and it will say free. But you will need credits to respond. And that is also true for chats. So you need credits to message in chats. So for example, let's say I'm just going to pick Maria here. It opens up your chat screen and all of her information. So down here is where you can chat. So any chat that you respond to is going to cost money. And here they limit you to 300 characters. Reply with stickers and or emoji. So once again, let me come back to Maria here. So they do have stickers. I won't show you all of them, but there is quite a few. And stickers cost money right here. View profile videos. So some ladies may have a profile video. So right down here. So I believe these are photos or videos. But in any case, it will show up down here as private, and you will need credits to open and view either pictures or videos down here. Share media in the chat. So what that means is, so if I am chatting with Maria, and in here I want to add a photo or a video, that will also requires credit. And then finally, sending virtual gifts. Some dating site has virtual gifts, which is fake gift. Other dating site has both. So in terms of Romanceast, you can come down here and it says virtual gifts. And virtual gifts are fake gifts. And I will touch on that in a little bit more detail in the upcoming section. How are credits utilized? How do credits work on here? Well, let me explain that further here at the bottom. So these are the various features and pricing for credits. And let's start with chats. So live chat is 2 credits per minute. So once again, let me come back to Maria. As I am chatting, that is 2 credits per minute, and you are allowed 300 characters. And this right here explains a little bit more detail. So sending text messages costs 2 credits per minute. Send as many messages as you like within each minute. Whether it's 1 or 100, cost stays the same. Start and end times. The timer starts when you send your first message and pauses automatically if you don't send a message for 1 full minute. So this is how the chat feature works. Stickers is 5 credits. So I showed that earlier. So these are the stickers. Every sticker that you send will cost you 5 credits on here. Setting photos in a chat is 10 credits. Opening audio in chat is 10 credits. Opening videos in chat is 50 credits. And opening exclusive posts is 50 credits. So while you are in chat, you want to send a photo or an audio message, that is going to cost you 50 credits. Anytime that you send a video message or any type of video, that is 50 credits. And any post is also 50 credits. Let's talk about the mail and mail feature. So mail, you can get a lot of mail on here. At least I do on certain dating sites. I am not here much, which is why I don't have any mail. But mail can be very expensive. And this is how mail works. Sending letters in the mail to one member. So your first letter in a thread is 10 credits. Each following letter costs 30 credits. So once again, for example, let's say I wanted to send Maria a mail. I just go to mail and I type my letter right here. Now, this first letter, so I am starting a chain, will cost me 10 credits. Every mail that I send to Maria after that will cost me 30 credits. So that is how mail works. It gets more expensive the more you use it. It should be the other way around, but that is not the case. The more you use mail, the more credits that it will cost you. And then keep this in mind, this is per person. So if I am getting a lot of mail and I am chatting with 3, 4, 5 women on here, whatever number that is, it is 10 credits and 30 credits respectively. So keep track of that. Opening letters in the mail. So your first letter in the thread is free. Each following letter costs 10 credits. And I said that a few times already. Generally, when you get a mail, your first letter, it will say free reading right here. You can open that for free. But every other mail that you receive with that same person, you will need to pay 10 credits to open. However, if you were to respond, you pay the 10 credits. They do allow you to send photos in that mail free of charge. So after my first free one, I were to respond to Maria and I attach some pictures on there. That picture is free of charge. So that is one good thing about it. Opening photos in the mail. First photo is free and every photo after that is 10 credits. So here is how that works. So let me go back to Maria just to show you that once again. So let's say she sent me a mail, and inside that mail, she attached 5 photos. And if I were to open the first photo, for example, that is free. Photos 2, 3, 4, and 5, that will cost 10 credits each, so a total of 40 credits. So that is how that feature works. Once again, opening your first photo in the thread is free. Every photo after that will cost you 10 credits. And then finally, opening video in the mail. That is 50 credits. So once again, video in post is going to be your most costly option. So pay attention to how many videos in post that you are opening because it can use your credits extremely fast. So I mentioned gift a few times, and let me spend just a short amount of time talking about gift in a little bit more detail. So on here, you have the option of sending a virtual gift. A virtual gift is a fake gift. It is not real, completely fake. So for example, here is Elena. Scroll down and I will just hit choose virtual gift. Once again, completely fake. She gets nothing for it. There is nothing tangible that she will receive. It is just a nice gesture. So these are the typical fake gifts that you see on Romanceast. So there is a lot of selection to choose from. And if I were to come to AsiaVibe and I just pick Ming, scroll down and hit virtual gift, she has the same set of fake gifts as well. That is because AsiaVibe and Romanceast, they are run by the same company, so therefore they work the same. But the point I am making, all of these fake gifts, it will cost you real money in terms of credit. So for example, if I wanted to be nice to Ming, I send her this marshmallow bag for 240 credits. That would cost me actual 30 credits of my actual money. But she gets nothing for it. She just gets a symbol or a symbolic gesture. So that is how gifts work. It is fake. The woman gets nothing tangible for it. So my recommendation, don't waste your money or credits on sending something that is fake, that is not real. So how much do credits cost? And what are the various credit packages available? So I didn't purchase any credit packages on here. That is because I know how these dating site works. But let me show you the typical credit packages that is applicable to AsiaVibe and also Romanceast. So right here are the most common credit packages that I see across a lot of these dating sites that I have reviewed. And what I am showing you here is going to be very similar to what you will find on AsiaVibe. And it's going to be also very similar to Romanceast. So typically they will offer you 4 to 5 packages altogether, anywhere from 70 credits to 45 credits, somewhere like that, all the way up to 800 credits or even 2,000 credits. I think AsiaVibe and Romanceast is going to go up to 800 credits. And once again, what I am showing you here is very common across 100 dating sites that I have used. So take this information and just realize that it's going to vary slightly from site to site, but not to sound redundant. What you see here is very common. So with that in mind, generally what you will find is 70 credits for $30, 125 credits for $54, 270 credits for $116, 800 credits for $344, and sometimes you can get 2,000 credits for $860. So here they are showing you a sale, but if they do not have a sale, you can expect to pay the full price that you are seeing right here, or down here, excuse me. So overall, there could be 5 credit packages available, and once again, anywhere from 70 to 45 credits, all the way up to 2,000 credits, anywhere from $20 to $30, up to $860 to $1,000, and that also varies slightly from site to site. Let me ask this question, and guys, you need to pay attention to this part. How long do credits last? How long will it get you? Well, I promise you this, it is not going to last as long as you think. So for example, let's say you wanted to try Romanceast. You bought 800 credits and you paid $200 for it because they are running a sale. How long will 800 credits last? Well, let's go through an example. Let's say I am chatting with Oha. And remember, if you would to just use chat and chat only, so this is my reference. Chatting is 2 credits per minute. So if you have 800 credits, that is 120 credits per hour. Divide that by 800 credits, and for just to chat only, that is about 7 hours of chat time. That is all you get for 800 credits for $200. 7 hours, that's it. You can do 7 hours in one day. You can do it 7 hours in 7 days. But the point I am making, for $200, 800 credits, you only get 7 hours of chatting. That is it. Now, let's take it one step further. Now, remember, you may get a lot of photos on here, and you may end up using mail. Well, photos is 10 credits to open. Audio is also another 10 credits. And on here, you may get a lot of letters. And letters are expensive. Once again, letters are 10 credits for you. First one in the thread, and 30 credits after that. So once you start utilizing letters, opening and responding, and you are starting to utilize more pictures in the letter or in the chat, that is also eating up your credits. So when you factor in photos and you factor in mail, your 800 credits for $200 will disappear very quickly. I promise you this. 800 credits will not last you 1 month. 800 credits will not even last you 1 week. Because if you are actively chatting, you are doing photos, you are doing letters, that 800 credits will disappear so fast, you won't even believe it. I can honestly tell you this. Your 800 credits, if this is the package that you are buying, may last you a few days. That's it. It will not last you 1 week, and it will definitely not last you 1 month. So please pay attention to how you are using the credits. Once again, if you were to just chat only, you get 7 hours of chat time. But if you start doing photos and mail, your 800 credits can disappear in a matter of a few hours. That's it. Now let me talk about something that is also very important on here. And that is exchanging contact information. Can you exchange email and phone number on Romanceast and also AsiaVibe? Well, the short answer is yes and no. And I will say mostly no. And let me explain. So for example, I am chatting with Ava and we decided to exchange our email or phone number. We've gotten to that point and we want to exchange our contact and get offline. Well, this dating site, they will do everything they can to block and prevent you from exchanging your email or phone number. They just don't want you to do it. So if I am chatting with Ava and I put my email and phone number here, it will be blocked. She may not receive it, or more than likely, she will see nothing but stars. Let's say I try to get creative and I were to use mail. I send Ava a mail. Inside that mail or this letter right here, I put my email and phone number. Well, once again, she may not receive all of the letter. She may only receive a portion of it. And my email and phone number on here is going to be blocked. So you can't do it this way either. Now let's say I try to get creative and I send her a photo of myself, and inside that photo I put my email and phone number and I attach it to this letter. Well, she may not get that photo at all. More than likely, your email and phone number inside of that photo will also be blocked, or it gets scrubbed out, or she will see nothing but stars. So let me come back to chat. Now let's say in chat I decided to tell her, hey, let's go use WhatsApp or Telegram, or let's go to a different dating site. Mentioning any of those keywords or phrases like WhatsApp, Telegram, Google, Skype. Skype's not around anymore. Any other social media account, that would also be blocked. So any keywords or phrases on here is going to be scrubbed out, and she may not get your message at all. So how can you exchange emails or phone number on here? You can't do it in a chat, you can't do it in a letter, and you can't do it by sending a photo with your contact. How can you do it? Well, the website does offer you a way, and unfortunately, these dating sites does not have live support. So what you can do is scroll to the bottom and send them a message. Tell them that you want to exchange email or phone number with a particular member, and they will respond back on how you can walk through the process. I've done that for you already, so let me just describe it to you. So essentially on here, to obtain a member's email or phone number, you will have to spend 5,000 credits, and that is roughly $1,200. You heard me right. It will cost you $1,200 per member. So each member that you want to exchange emails or phone number with will cost you at least $1,200. That is just insane. That is nuts. I don't advise it at all. However, there are other options that you can use. So if you want, send me a message. Go to my channel, send me a message right here to Real Talk Dating Site Review at gmail.com. Tell me what dating site you are using, and I will respond back with a handful of ideas and suggestions that you can do to exchange email and or phone number on almost any dating site. And I have also did a video on this topic right here. Dating sites don't want you to exchange in contact info. You can watch this for a little bit more detail. But anyways, just go to my channel. Once again, send me an email and I will respond back with a handful of ideas and suggestions that you can use on AsiaVibe and also on Romanceast. And while you are in my channel, be sure to check out these other videos for useful information. So I already mentioned this video right here. If you want to exchange contact, you can watch this for more information. Here is a good one to watch. This walks you through the whole of how long credits last. And then if you are interested in sending gifts, this walks you through why it is a bad idea. And then finally, there are a lot of hidden features on a lot of these dating sites. So this is a good video to watch to learn about these hidden features. So essentially, there you have it, a complete and thorough review of AsiaVibe and also Romanceast. I hope you have learned a lot of good information on how this dating site really works. So with that said, I wish you good luck on your dating journey, and I will see you in the next one.